Oh, that one's romantic, isn't it?
What is it?
The Kiss by Klimt.
Okay, but what is that? It looks like a load of mush.
Okay, something more simple for you then.
Oh, I hate that one.
Sorry, what? Mona Lisa?
Yeah, who is she?
It's the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci.
Da Vinci? Pfft, don't rate him. He can't even draw legs.
Wow. Run titles. Hello and welcome to the Culture Cafe,
where we explore art and culture in Hull and beyond.
So we're looking at art. Our guest today, what does art mean to you guys?
I think art is very important to everyone, and I think people don't realise how important it is for progressing ideas through society.
Yeah.
Often an alternative viewpoint or an alternative way of expressing a viewpoint.
Really good, yeah.
Andrea?
Yeah, it can be different creative mediums or ways of expressing both ideas and questions about society or problems. It can be a way of just unfolding your creative sides, really.
Yeah, is it just a good way to try and express yourself?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think we need to have a look at what art is and maybe how we can all enjoy it.
I'm not sure if this sculpture's any good. I don't even know whether I like it or not. But how am I supposed to decide if I'm not an expert? So would you say that you have to be an expert in art to appreciate it?
No, I don't think I would. Things appeal to people visually anyway, just like random sounds appeal to people naturally, you know. I think everyone has certain things they like and certain things they don't like.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same with colours and shapes and compositions in the same way. You know, some people like symmetry, some people like asymmetry, favourite colours, you know, things like that. And they all move visually near to art, really. Yeah. So.
Is there a certain way to enjoy art?
I think a lot of art is enjoyed by the individual from their own personal interpretation. So in that sense there is, but there ain't no one standard way, I would say.
Yeah.
Obviously you get a lot of books that wax lyrical about certain pieces of work, and the authors put their interpretation on that, and other people may see that. But then certain people may see something else in any piece of art, especially abstract art. You know, it's about emotions and feelings and things you can't really put, you can't really actually make visually. You know, you can't represent visually. So, do
you think anybody can create a modern art piece, or do you think there's a specific skill to it?
For me personally, I think modern art, all art now is about ideas. And so if you've got good creative ideas that are interesting, I think anyone has the possibility to make those ideas into art. You know, it's like the idea of, well, it's a bit like an architect. You know, you want an architect to design your house, but you'd be quite worried if he was laying the bricks. So you get someone else. So the same thing, you might take some photographs and then you may play around with them in Photoshop. And then you could even make stencils from those prints, and then from that you would make an image, you know. It depends on how elaborate the processes are to get you to where you want to be with the final piece of work, you know.
Yeah, lovely.
So,
why is art so expensive?
I think art's expensive because you are paying for someone's unique vision and their unique ideas, and they've, you know, it's actually handcrafted work in a lot of ways, often. But also you're paying for a lifetime of that. You know, the personality has a part in the creation of the ideas, and who they are and where they grew up. And the sort of things they're interested in, and those things go together uniquely to make the work, and that's what you're paying for, I think.
Lovely.
Among other things.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Maybe you don't need to be an expert. Maybe you just need the confidence to enjoy art. And I don't need a GCSE in geography to appreciate the view.
Well done, Bob. That was very well explained there, I thought.
And even better in the flesh. So, Bob, what I think is interesting with you and your work is that, well, my dad always used to say one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I hear you work with recyclables.
Yeah, I work with, I take plastics and tin cans and metals and things, and I reshape them in the way I cut them out, and then I use them directly into making weaves and patterns that form wall hangings, and sometimes three-dimensional sculptures as well, simple tubes and spheres. And with a tube, a sphere and a cone, you can make anything apparently. But these things take a lot of hard work and a lot of time to process the individual units. So often it takes a long time before I get to actually creatively experimenting with the parts when I've made them.
Well, I'll tell you something, Bob. Me and Carrie here, we've been out in the field and we've been experimenting. Yeah, haven't we?
Right. Hey. Thank you, Sophie.
Right.
Okay, let's see what adventure we're going on today.
Read it out.
Use this map to find the way to your hidden haven.
A treasure hunt. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Envelope number 2. Ooh! Photography is the most democratic and accessible of the visual arts. We have brought you to Hidden Haven to take part in a workshop with photographer Keith Britton.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, you are going to think you're David Bailey or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, tripod. This is called a tripod, Carrie.
Yeah, I know this much.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Keith.
All right.
Nice to meet you. I'm Carrie.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Carrie.
We're going to do 2 things.
Right.
So there's a wreck down beside the water down there, and we're going to go and have a look at that first.
Yep.
And then, as it goes a bit darker, we're going to turn around and.
What are we going to do? Oh.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to set up here. Put your
Okay.
tripods here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just be careful. Don't go too near the edge. Okay, the colour's just going on that. So let's finish the shot you're on, and then we'll have a quick walk over to the boat. Otherwise, we're not going to get to that well with any
Right.
light at all.
Yeah.
Just want you to see it before. Now that we've come all the way down in the mud.
Yes.
So there you are. Just put that there in front of your camera.
Oh, what? That's the one you took before.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
So. I tend to look for spots where the hedge is a bit lower, just because the hedge is, if you can get above the hedge
Yeah.
and just get like all real industrial stuff, it's really good.
Yeah.
My camera's always on a 2-second timer, so I'm pressing the button and I'm stepping away from it, and then the shutter's going off and I'm not in contact with the camera at all when it goes off.
Thank you very much, Keith.
Thank you.
That was great.
It's been a pleasure.
We've had a lovely time.
It's not
Was you picking up your tripod?
being unconventional can definitely be a good thing.
That's what I like to think, yeah.
As I say to my kids, weird is good.
Perfect.
Not bad if I do so say myself, but Andrea, being the photography expert, have we got what it takes?
I'm quite impressed actually.
Hey,
yeah,
not bad,
composition wise,
Thank you very
technical,
much.
yeah, very good.
What would your advice be to somebody who was starting out in photography?
Snap everything all the time. Always bring a camera with you. It doesn't matter on the equipment. It doesn't matter if you've got a fancier camera or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the make or the model or how
No,
much you spend.
no. Everyone's got a smartphone now, so everyone's technically a photographer. It all lies within the artist's vision.
Yes.
So what kind of things take your eye? What do you like to capture?
People, environments, cultures. I like to explore different cultures and investigating the impact people have on their environment and the environment on the people who live there. Yeah, that sort of fascinates me.
Great. Well, I think what we'll do then is we'll have a little bit more of a chat about this during the break. So, we all ready for another brew?
Yeah, sure.
I am.
Carrie,
Oh, every time.
you know what to do. Break time. Welcome back to the Culture Cafe. So we've been having a little bit of chat about art. What are you guys currently up to then at the moment in art?
Well, my work crosses over the boundary of art and product, like
Yes.
home decoration. So I'm trying to expand more into selling it as a product that people would buy as home decoration, home art,
Great.
in the hope of making an income from it. Yeah. And I'm hoping to exhibit more outside of Hull, actually.
Get to a wider audience.
So, and then from there, hopefully, the world.
Why
How
not?
does your oyster?
Exactly. And Andrea, what are you up to at the moment?
Same ways. I'm looking to take my photography to an international sort of basis. My next project will be on San Sebastian. I'll go down and spend about a month exploring and investigating the culture and the city and the people there. And it will end up in an exhibition that will be sent around internationally, and it will also be exhibited in 2017 in Hull.
Brilliant.
So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Look out for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's great the way art can bring people together.
There is that, yes. And, you know, are we thinking about doing anything more arty?
Well, always.
Yeah? Like?
Well, we're doing a play.
We are doing a play, yes. Yeah, we're writing. But I'm talking about, you know, drawing.
Oh,
You
like
draw?
my map. Like my map. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you could do more of that.
Well, yeah. For me as well, it's getting that focus down.
Okay, right then. Well, we'll see. Let's go over to our VT and look what's going on in Europe.
Rotterdam is one of our near neighbours, only a boat ride away. We share a common history and tradition, both parts of a Northern European gateway. But Rotterdam also has one of Northern Europe's biggest art scenes. I've come to Rotterdam Arts Week in order to see what the legacy of being a city of culture will be. Culture in Holland goes back centuries, and many of the Dutch artists are household names, such as Rembrandt, Bosch and Van Gogh. But we're not here to look at the old masters, we're here to look at Rotterdam's contemporary art. I spoke to Miriam of the Sophie Marie Gallery to find out what kind of art gallery comes to the Contemporary Arts Fair.
Sure. Well, it's called Sophie Marie, and we have our special year because this is our 5th year. We are here, and we are specialized in fine art photography. And besides that, we present a few sculpturists, and designers. And we try to find photography that has a relation to the more classical works.
Oh, right.
And besides that, we try to find photography.
You link with the old and the new then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our statement is we make the past contemporary.
The cruise terminal isn't a purpose-built art gallery, but it is a great place to show off art. But now I'm off to find art in some even more unexpected places. Anyway, this is definitely not an art gallery around here, but what we've found is some exhibitions set up in some old shipping containers, and we're going to take a look at those soon. But before we do, we're going to have some a bit of pizza. From shipping containers to ships, I'm off to another unusual venue to explore what some consider to be art's poor relative. We're here at SS Rotterdam to look at another dimension of design, which some people don't consider as art at all, but we're here to explore the difference between art and design. Good design is a balance of style and function. I don't think it is any less artful because it is also useful. Anna, the organiser of this fair, certainly thinks design has a place in the world of art.
The title refers to the character of this fair, and it's very different from the normal art fairs, because the normal art fairs are always about art, visual art, and what I'm doing is that I'm mixing disciplines. So it's about fashion, it's about product design, it's about furniture, it's about industrial design, it's about accessories, it's about textiles, for example. And I do it because I think in the future it's not so static anymore. So it's not only visual art or design. I think designers and artists are mixing and merging more and more.
After looking at pop-up galleries and temporary exhibitions, we're now going to take a look at an well-established gallery and see what's going on in here. Wit de Wit is achingly cool and uncompromisingly modern. If anywhere exemplifies Rotterdam's contemporary art scene, it's here, although it can feel more establishment than edgy. After visiting the Rotterdam Contemporary Arts Centre, we're now going to a place that's more mod than modern. Worm isn't just about modern art, but has a genuinely modern-day sensibility, totally at home with technology as a creative medium. It seems incredible that thousands of art tourists and hundreds of artists should visit one city for what is in effect a series of gallery openings and art fairs. But if you love art, then I can't see why you'd want to be anywhere else. Should we run an arts week like here in Rotterdam? It might not be as international or as impressive, but I think we should give it a go.
Wow, how vibrant and lovely did that feel? You know, that whole atmosphere, it was just great.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that is what it's going to be like here in Hull post 2017.
Definitely.
So Rotterdam, they won European Capital of Culture 2001, and that whole event is part of their legacy. Do you think we've kind of got enough passion, drive and talent here in Hull to make sure that the legacy of 2017 is strong and it will something that will carry on?
I can definitely see lots of potential. I mean, there's so many different creative hubs around the city. There's always something going on, whether it's a photography exhibition, painting, printmaking, theatre, film festivals, street art performances. There's always something going on independently of each other. So whether we've got a label saying City of Culture or capital of culture or not. There's always something going on, but I think if we sort of work towards something like that, it'll bring the best out of us. So yeah, I think
as well, we always have, if you, like you say, there's always something going on. If we're in the know, people do go to it and they, you know, support the events that are happening. They'll go to an exhibition, they'll go see a show, they'll go see a gig. But how can we, you know, get everybody involved so people know that this stuff's going on all the time?
Advertisement.
Yeah. It's a matter of funding and making sure everyone is reached, I think, yeah. And I think, like say, a week-long arts festival, that brings all the different arts organisations together in a whole. Every year would be a really good thing. And also for just independent artists that are, you know, not associated with any particular groups. And I think in reference to the City of Culture, I think there's a slight confusion over whether we're actually putting our own culture out there or we're receiving culture, and what the balance is between each of those things, you know. And I don't know if that's been clearly defined yet. So.
Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we've got, like you say, we've got a lot of house talent, haven't we? But we are also sourcing things from outside and getting other projects, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. But I do think it would be good. The legacy, leaving a legacy, is a really good idea. But again, in Rotterdam, it showed it's not that difficult to do. Let's say thank you to our guests today for joining us in the cafe. Thank you very much. It's been lovely to have you here. And thank you to Carrie and trying to beat me at photography, but not quite making it.
Well, it's a matter of perspective.
Thanks for watching The Culture Cafe.